Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Audio output seems to be okay. Um, yes. Ah, okay, that's a bit. Okay. Um, let's see whether everything works. Okay, that works. Um, um, okay, whoever is there, maybe it's myself. Okay, so technical stack. Hmm. Oh, okay. Um, I'm gonna start now. Um, let's pick it up where we were. Yesterday I had a long stream which started off the first 1 hour pretty good, or 1.5 hour, and then I ran into a problem about rendering stuff. Turns out, which was pretty obvious in hindsight, that pure DOM, like doing pretty fast rendering in the DOM without any 2D or 3D canvas, is just not feasible. So what I'm hoping to do today is rewriting all of my stuff and getting a game loop working where I either uh, have a mixture of canvas and DOM, or a plain canvas solution. Uh, I will, I'm pretty sure that I will start with a plain canvas solution and no DOM. And then if I really want to overlay CSS animations over the canvas, then I will do it as some further enhancement later. So for those who do not know my system, I have written a library in JavaScript that is originally meant to supplement big frameworks. So you can use it to enhance React Angular if the framework doesn't help you with something. It gives you kind of a second layer that hovers over the DOM, over your normal programming in Angular or React. And on this second layer, you can have independent functionalities that directly attach to DOM nodes. Um, if you have questions about that, then just ask me. Um, I will give you a very short introduction to it. Um, okay, let me first set up some testing. Let me first set up some testing. I need to go to the main library path. I will start a test site here. This is just to be able to explain it. Let's see whether it works. Okay. This is a simple speed test and test site, but it is pretty much it is very good to show you what the system is about. Uh, as you can see, you can use the system to do web components, real web components, but otherwise you can use the same system to add modular functionality to the DOM. How does that work? Let me show you. I'll put this as a global variable in the console. There we have the element, which is in fact a button down here. And I can check this, the functionality inside this button. I can check using using an MC property, underscore MC. This is a direct property of the button element. And as you can see, inside this MC property, you can have as many class instances as you like. These work independently from each other, so you can add as many functionalities as you like to a DOM button. In this case, it is the main function class, my button. That's just the name of the class. But also it has a translator. And it has placeholders, because in there you have language text. So this is English right now. Let's change that to German. You can reach the functionality like this. Okay, if you look at this button here, now the text has changed to German. And if you want to do that for all the buttons, it's just the same stuff. You do document query selector all. It's simple button as a selector. And then you do a for each. You hand over the element. And then you do element dot underscore MC dot translator dot language is DE. Okay. Let's see whether it works like that. Yes, it did. So what you can see here is that you can access functional elements inside the DOM from your own code. Because if you were in another language and you added some microcomponent functionality to your DOM node, like in Angular or React, then you can use, in React, for example, useref, pick up the DOM node, put in the functionality, and then use it. And since those microcomponents can find each other in the DOM using plain JavaScript or bubbling events, you have full control. It's just like a second layer over anything that you do. Okay. Now let's go to the other project, and that's the game. Okay. And the game is pretty much in kickoff phase. So what I will do is I will re-roll it to a point where we can, I have to delete what didn't work yesterday, and we will pretty much start from the beginning in this coding adventure. So, what do we do? This one was just for explanation. We can delete that. We then have to delete that. And this tells you how elements are being stacked inside each other. From the point of a website, this looks like this. You just put the bundled element in here, and then you can use it as a web component. That's all pretty plain JavaScript technology. Also, the code that you see here is plain JavaScript, and there is no abstraction, hardly any abstraction, I want to say. Hardly any abstraction in that project. So, what's the next thing to do? We have a carnoid and we have the ball. This is the old testing for the movement of the ball. I mean, I can show it to you. The problem, and also tell you what the problem with it is. So if I do localhost 7000 test.html, what you see here is a simple canvas with a moving ball. If I look on the stream, it looks like the ball is moving pretty fluently. Actually, it doesn't. The reason for that is that if you put moving objects in normal DOM without using canvas or anything else, of course, you can make the browser animated programmatically just by saying where the position should be. Problem is, this is a lot of coding. This is a lot of overhead for the browser, and you simply do not have the option to make this faster. The browser is doing re-rendering after re-rendering, and you're doing this on a base of at least 25 frames a second. So this is not a viable solution. So the next thing my current point of thinking is that I want to use the two-dimensional canvas, the canvas element, to do a foreground-background rendering of all the game elements. And in case of an Arcanoid game, that would be first rendering a paddle, rendering a ball, just like here, and rendering the blocks that I have up there. In case you do not know what an Arcanoid is, let's look it up. Pix are Arcanoid. Okay, that's what it looks like. Let's show this. You have a set of blocks up here. You have a paddle that moves right and left down here. You have a ball that's moving up and down, of course, and those blocks have a hit count. So let's say the green block here has a hit count of 1. It gets destroyed after 1 hit. And then there may be up to 8 hit counts. That's up to you how many you have in the programming. But there is also a block that you cannot destroy. And this is the block up here, the gray block, because you cannot, no matter how often you hit it, it doesn't go, you cannot destruct it or kill it. Okay, that's a game is pretty plain, but it requires some pretty sophisticated collision detection, and also you must calculate direction changes. So if you hit the right wall, it must bounce back and go to the left side, things like that. And this can become pretty complicated in a game loop, because you will have a speed of the ball that you play with, and this is a vector of a certain length, and this arcanoid, this vector, this must be able to detect the collision, reflect, and then do the same calculation again to detect other collisions up to the point where the ball is has exceeded its travel length. Okay, so it's a recursive collision detection. Okay, but first, we need levels. Question, how many, what's the dimensions of this part here? And I wanted, it's like, what is it? It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. It's 11 blocks right to left, and it's 5 blocks down. This, I think, is not enough. I want to go for 20 blocks horizontal and 10 blocks up and down. So, what do we do? Let's go to the code. Let's forget this. All movement. That's okay. Rectify collision and new direction. I will delete. The first one wasn't tested and the last one was plainly wrong. This, by the way, shows you how functional elements in my systems are coded. It's a microcomponent. It's a microcomponent. Oh, by the way, yeah, it's okay. It's a microcomponent, and you can stick it to any DOM object. That's what you have to keep in mind. It's as easy as that. For example, MC Arcanoid ball is a web component. You define it, like here, that's just a shorthand for custom elements.define. And then you can retrieve it and export it as a usable web component. At this point, when you defined it, you can put it in the DOM, just like that. Like here, MC Arcanoid ball, you can put it in the DOM as an HTML node. You can use document create element on it. Everything is possible. Okay. Uh, yes. What does it look like in the DOM? It looks like this. We have the game itself, and we have the ball in there. This is this is the wrong way of doing it, and I have to change this to Canvas, at least to Canvas, probably to WebGL, to get some decent frame rates. Putting it directly into the DOM, like you see it here, like MC Arcanoid ball into MC Arcanoid, that's nonsense. You will never be able to animate that so that it works fluently. Or at least I do not want to go through the hassle of doing this. Okay. Um, so let's see. First thing we want to do is to construct canvases. Um, I have a I thought, I closed that. Um, I need one more, I need one more browser. This is for testing because I will do a lot of research today. So, let me open another browser. Oh, maybe not here. I will go to another desktop. Again, open another browser. And let's check out the canvas object in MDN. Okay, it a bit bigger so that it's readable. And then we have a couple of elements that we have to check. Okay, here's something. Uh, if we have an interchanging canvas, so one canvas is being shown, the other one is being calculated. If we have that, then we can use a web worker to have two different threads, and maybe I will do that. Just because I do not didn't work a lot with web workers, and I really want to do that. Okay, to do that correctly, let's add MDN web worker. Okay, the web worker API. Um, okay. Let's start at the beginning and generate the canvas. Um, Hey, where do I start? Um, okay, let's go for the tutorial. Why not? What do we have here? 2D graphics, starting with the basics. HTML element, graphics, done by scripting, JavaScript, of course. Canvas, HTML, and okay, 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 okay. Uh, okay. Um, okay, let's start at the basics. Um, okay, let's put it in there. Um, Width and height, I can do that with SS, of course. Um, we will be very, very brutal with it and find better ways later. Canvas ID is not a good idea. What you do is a class that defines where it belongs to. We call that MC underscore arcanoid. And then width and height will be defined in arcanoid.css. And that will be 800 by 600. Okay. And we name that MC dot MC minus R MC dot canvas. I do not even need an identifier. I can just say canvas, I guess. And I use the same stuff here. Let's see what we get out of this. This we probably don't need anymore. Because we will do all the calculations and the painting of the ball we will do in the canvas. So let's PM run build that and see what happens. Should have an empty canvas. Okay, what do we have in here? Canvas. Okay, and since we do not need the class, not need the also what we do not know is the values twice. We say just width is inherit, and we say height is inherit, which is it inherits its value from the above value, from this value, width and height. This will be changed because this is meant to be a web component. And the initial state of the web component is just a link that doesn't show, that if you click it, will show the canvas then. Will give you some, and the canvas will start with some explanation. Okay. From here, let's save this. Let's build it. Let's look whether it works. I hope it does. Okay, it still has the class, which I don't want. Don't need that. Only canvas. Okay. The ball import we don't need because ball will be replaced. This will not be a web component as it was before. And okay. Okay, what does it look like? MCR Canoid, canvas. That's about it. Now that we have canvas, we can construct a ball. Where do we start? I had some message here that I clicked because I thought it was spam. If it was somebody watching, please type it again or type something else so I can see it. But I don't think so. I think it was spam. Okay. Let's see where we are. We have the canvas element, and we need a reference to it. That's what I know. Let's look at the documentation. Oh. Okay. Rendering context. Okay. Let's copy this. Go to our code. Go to our Canoid. Now that the canvas is inside the target, we can, okay, const canvas, const ctx, that will be a property. This dot cts ctx. Okay, canvas. Oh, properties ctx. Now I'm absolutely sure we have a problem with TypeScript again, because I don't know, there a context, content, of course not. Like that perhaps, context, audio, here lose context. Can canvas, that later, Austin can. Um, of course is wrong. Target. Um, this converts render context to E. Okay. This. Okay, make this. The exclamation mark means that a function that can either return null or a result, whatever it is, that this function will return a result per definition. So the TypeScript doesn't have to check other type inferences. Okay, so we have the canvas and we have the context, and we have the context in this variable. Okay. Um, Next step. Let's console log what we have there. Canvas this dot c What I want to know is whether I can extract the height and width from the canvas. Okay. Um, Build it and test it. So what do we have here? We get a canvas. This is just the HTML element. And the rendering context, let's see what it has. It has a canvas variable. This has a client width and a client height. But internally, it's height and width. So what I have to do is I wait. If I want to define the size of the contact of the canvas via okay, um client height and hmm, that's interesting. Was um width no, width, pixel. This is to have some basic um some basic sizes. Uh, okay, we do not need to put out canvas because we are already, but now up, build it. Who sent something? Um, so now we should have the whole code here. Okay, canvas, that's the outer element. all needed for left to right. That's okay. That's for Arabic text. If you, which we won't, at least not for now, don't need that. Global alpha, that must be the transparency channel. And that probably we can set to 0 to make it transparent, which would mean that we could render the blocks. Actually, we could render the blocks inside the element as DOM elements, and we could do complex render animations using the browser engine. But for now, we do the blocks inside the canvas. So we do not need that for now. Okay, language, lang, arid. Okay, okay. Let's some rendering options here. Letter spacing, font, line caps, whatever that is. I have to look it up. Dash offset, line join. Intersection wahrscheinlich. Medium intersection. Uh-huh. Shadow blower, shadow set on okay. Book style, text align, part, baseline, text rendering, word spacing. Okay, that's about it when it comes to the canvas. Now let's look up the canvas again, because we should have width. At least I thought so. We had width and that was part of the element, I think. So let's get back to showing it. Okay, what happens here? Have the canvas, and look it up here. Oh, on Chromium, not one dot. Best way of doing that. Damn it. Yeah, but if I do it like that, I still can't open it, right? Um, wait, something funny because obviously the canvas object in here, signed height 600, height 600, and width 800. Oh, yes, it is. So we can still. Okay. Um, then what's the next thing to do? Um, okay, let's simply paint something. Let's paint something. Um, by the way, whoever is there and just entered, we are in a pretty early stage of trying to get a game with Canvas working. So, okay, document get context 2D, drawing code. Okay, I think Canvas we can expect to be there. I'll assume it to be there. Um, okay, we have the canvas. Um, canvas ID, function draw. Okay, let's make this. Let's make a method. A method of my. Um, this excellent. Oh, it's just a skeleton. Um, or something. Um, this. Easy, easy. Happens. Looks good. Um, that's okay. Um, obviously we do not want to. Obviously, we do not want to do something primitive as that. But now that we have the CTX, the context, now we can do almost everything with it. Okay, let's let's start with layer 0. We now want to define layers. Um, and we want those layers obviously to be drawn. Um, First, let's import the layer function, the layer code here, levels. Take this all code. I'll put it in there and adapt. In this case, we do not need this. I do not need all of this. What I need is a const layers, which I do. And no. Why? I have to do I can tell you what I did before. It was just an array, and then each layer was also an array, and like um, let's look at. Okay. An array of objects. Well, we have point, which is an array of strings. Array of strings. Repeat. Okay. And it can be 10 of those. Hit points. And now I want to define a block by simply adding the hit points here. Like 9 would be indestructible. Okay. Then what we need is Bonnie. These are elements that can fall down. So in the simplest case, we copy what the hit points from here. And then we say this could be a multiplier. This is a balls. And what do we have? Magnetic multiplier? No, magnetic balls. That is, we get 3 balls for a certain time. And let's say what slow. What else? What bunny do exist? Oh, yeah, let's leave it by the, at that. Okay, this is Bonnie, and a bit of explanation would be good. Points, hit points. Times you have to a block. No block. Low. False. Magnet. There a fast add bonus. Oh, that late. Okay. So, um, next thing to do would be next thing I want to do is I want to be able to display those blocks. Not layers, it's levels. Okay. Okay. It was okay. Next thing I do is block. Class block. It's not a web component. All the beauty we can add later. A block has a position property. And that's thinking for now. Structure. Is a number. Number has a property my number, and it has a property px, which is pixel x, pixel y, because this is the index, the x index. That's the y x. Pixel top left x. Y pixels. Okay. and over the will be 6 dot um, 800 width, 120 blocks width, so that will be um, so that will be width you have a height of 100, a height of 6 space for the pedal down there. Question is, oh, let's do 400 for the 400. Not the right. Um, 4 by 3. That should be that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's make it 30 for now. Let's put it in there. We can. Hmm. Let's make it. Then now we have it. And this, let's render content. Um, all we need now, we make a rectangle. And, right, oh, Mm, right. Really, really. Stop. Draw. Mm. Hmm. CJX. Hmm. Um. number and give it okay. Um, number needed number okay. Ring um bars ring radic okay. In case it goes wrong, I may have a little problem, but only a little one. Okay. Um, ptx.fillStyle is 00 dollars and Once the block is created, from the and draw. Um, as an index. Number. Oh, we need to I always layer. You're not. Oh. Okay. Now we have to feed the hit points and the bonus from the layer. Mm, from the layer array. Um, that should be easy. This levels is object. Um, um constant. And because we have to transform it, we have to transform both of them. Okay, form points for each return value string console L. Ah, Oof. Um, and we weird stuff. Ah, damn it. Um, Sorry if I'm using swear words every once in a while. If I do so, I'm simply overwhelmed by my own stupidity. That didn't really change. That didn't change. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's see whether drawing works. Um, okay, we have for that row. all, all, all. Um, or we need to import the block. New block. So um, row column. Oh, block. Um, on this. Now, see what this. Looks absolutely beautiful. It's totally wrong, of course. Oh, um, Yeah, why not? So, draw procedure of the block. Mm, correct. Okay. Now the width wrong because better. Ah, yeah. Angular. Okay. me just. Hmm. Somehow, uh, how the format, right. Up. Okay. Uh, if anybody should be watching, then could you ping me? Or is this just an error in Twitch? Because Twitch need two people in here. Really reliable. Do I want to do something? It's any questions so far? Anybody? Oh, just geometry. Wise. Oh, this is Okay. I think for now I will end this. This was pretty good, I guess. I got the canvas. I can go on from there. There's still a lot of things to do, of course. Um, but for now, it is showing a level. And this I like. This I like. Okay. Yeah, let's stop it here. Unless somebody has a question. See three users. Anybody here who has a question? Hey, now that I wanted to quit, people are coming. Come on, put your questions in the chat if you like. I just, as to where the status is, I just kicked off this game and started with displaying a level. So I have one object for the game, which is a web component. And I have a class for the blocks, which defines block behavior. Currently, it's only drawing. And I have a level definition with just one example level and some bony to it, just to start off to display something. And what I did with it was I just displayed it. Yeah, that's where I am. Okay, I think people left. Uh, My stream for today has ended. Okay, see you all. Bye bye.